Hello there and welcome to today's video, which is Saturday the 28th of November. My goodness gracious me, we've nearly run out a year. It's been an absolute delight and a pleasure to share my videos with you this year. And just for your information, this video is Facebook number 666. That's the devil's number, right? Okay, 666. Today I've got a topic for you, which I thought you might find a bit of interest and a bit of fun, okay? And if you see me referring to my notes, it's because I've taken some quotes and I haven't remembered what the quotes are. Issen, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much. And Janet Claire Pacelli, hello to you too. I'm really sorry, Janet, you haven't been feeling very well, and I hope you get the pain in your back is better. And Issen, I know you're busy looking after kids, and it's really good for you to share some time with me today. So thank you very much. All right, so my topic, of course, is run your business like a kid. All right? Sounds strange, doesn't it, right? Well, here we go. I mean, if you really want some open and honest advice for your business, why don't you ask your kids? Think about that. Why don't you ask them? I mean, if they're only 1 or 2 years of age, of course you're not going to do that, okay? But if they're a little bit older, ask them, because they may very well be the best mentor or advisor or ideas you've got all year, because they're so darn brutally honest and they haven't got any hang-ups, right? I mean, and if they do that, it'll make you even more prouder of them and maybe be able to grow your business, especially if they're, for example, teenage kids. Right? They've been around a bit longer than 3 and 4 year olds, although out of the mouths of 4 and 5 year olds, you can get some classics as well, which I'm going to share with you, all right? The problem is we're all too hung up on fears, right? And absolutely, when we learn from our kids, it's because they don't have these hang-ups about fears of failure or fear of ridicule, okay? I mean, what you see is exactly what you get. What they're thinking, they just tell you. I mean, it is classical, and I love it, okay? But it's also extremely valuable. Linda Soper, thanks for joining. Good to see you. I really appreciate you sharing your time. So, with that in mind, and think about that. I mean, this is not a stupid suggestion. It really is quite important that you do look at the opportunity of talking with your kids. And if you're watching this, please leave me a comment so I know that you're there, because otherwise I have no idea, and I'd like to give you a shout out, because that's all part of my deal with you as well. So here's some examples. For example, giving the right advice to clients. All right, how could kids help you with that? Think about this. This came from Harry Truman, a past president of the United States, and let me quote him. He said, "I've found that the best way to advise your children is to find out what they want and then advise them to do exactly that." Now think of that when it comes to you and your potential clients, right? Another one, which is classic, and I don't know where I got this from. It wasn't from the kids in the village here, but it was along the lines of this. For example, a 6-year-old said, "Why do the bad guys always want to take over?" Okay? And to which the father or the mother said at the time, "Well, they want to be in charge and make all the rules." And the 6-year-old said, "Well, why don't they become mums?" Right? I mean, to them it's so obvious. They ought to become a mum. They make all the rules and they're in charge. And that to me just killed me, because really it is so innocent, but in fact has got a lot of truth when you think, especially the ladies who are watching this, right? And here's one that my granddaughter came up with, and it's a classic, because she was playing with this other little girl in our Thai village under the tree. And I could see her reaching around and moving all these parts on the board. Now, the little girl she's playing with was physically handicapped and also a little bit mentally handicapped. And her name is Inga. I said, "Inga, hey, be careful, be careful. Let her play as well." And she looked up at me with the most innocent eyes, okay, you've ever seen. She said, "Grandpa, I'm just trying to help her win." Right? I thought, oh, why did I open my big mouth? I mean, to her, it was a very natural and beautiful thing to do. And how does that relate to you and your business? By empowering your clients to make the right decision to help them to win. It's the same thing, right? So one that's a little bit off the beaten track to you came from my granddaughter, who was talking to another girl who's, my granddaughter's 7, and another girl in the village is 12, well actually maybe 13. And I heard our granddaughter say to this other girl, and she said, if people don't have any legs, do they need shoes? And the other girl said, don't be stupid, of course they don't. They don't have any legs, so why would they need shoes? To which my granddaughter said to her, very politely, with a straight face, looking her straight in the eye, and she said, well then why do you wear a bra? Okay? The message I'm giving you there is to be totally transparent and honest and open and authentic with your clients. We can learn from our kids. I told you this before. All right. How about getting clarity with your clients, right? Because it's important you understand what their real needs are. Let me just come and check. Mary Gaines Tricks, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It's a bit of fun today. Thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate you. Getting clarity for your client. Here's an example from the kids. And this kid said, Grandpa, what's a humanitarian? Okay? And another child standing there said, look, I can answer that, Grandpa. It's easy. I mean, a humanitarian's like a vegetarian. The only difference is they eat humans. That was very natural to them, right? That's their understanding level. And I thought, oh God, okay. Get back on a more serious note. Let's use Albert Einstein. And let me quote from Albert Einstein. Bear with me. He said, if you want your kids to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be even more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. My message there is, if you want to make your business promotable and differentiated from your competitors, tell good stories. Have the ability to tell great stories that capture your potential client or your existing customers' attention and holds their attention because of the story that you're telling, all right? And this is another important thing. It comes from Jane Nelson, a very, very famous author. And this is what she said, and think of this, it's only one sentence, but the impact of this on you and your business is absolutely extraordinary. And she said this, children will listen to you only after they feel they've been listened to, right? Think about that when it comes to you and your customers, you and your prospects. They will listen to you only after they feel that you have listened to them. That's what they're saying, okay? And of course, Franklin Jones, classic guy, said this. You can learn many things from kids, even in business, right? And perhaps the most important thing you're going to learn is patience, which is so true when it comes to the level of expectations you have for your business. Be patient. Be patient. Don't expect things to happen overnight, all right? Mitali, thank you very much. Thanks for the lovely analogy. Thank you very much. I've got a few more. Hang in there, okay? Thanks for joining, Mitali. I know you're busy. Now, when it comes to your client, getting clarity for your client, another thing important is this. You need them to have accountability. And if you're a coach, for example, you should be holding them accountable to some extent, okay? And that brings me to Lady Bird Johnson, a former First Lady of the United States. When talking about children, and it relates to accountability, and she said this, children are likely to give up. Children are likely to live up to what you believe of them. Children are likely to live up to what you believe of them. The same goes for your client if you're a coach or an advisor of any sort. If you need to help your clients expand their vision, which I'm going to come to in a minute, right? Hold them accountable to that because they will live up to what they think you feel about them, all right? And of course, on a simpler note, I come back to my granddaughter again when it comes to getting clarity for your client. She said to me just 1 hour ago, she said, Grandpa, I thought I needed a hug, but really I want an ice cream, all right? So she said, that's what she wanted. But she gave me the hug anyway, but at the same time pushed me towards the refrigerator. Now, kids and attraction marketing, right? Oscar Wilde said this. Think about this. The best way to make children good is to make them happy. What a brilliant message. The best way to make children good is to make them happy. Think about your business. The best way to make your business bloom is to have happy customers. If you've got happy customers, they become advocates. If they become advocates, they'll refer people to you. So it's so simple from children, but it's so powerful, right? Bill Pickett, thanks for joining, mate. Good to see you. Now, attraction marketing. You can think, how in the heck can attraction marketing fit into running your business like a kid? Okay, well, let's share one with you when you think about it. Okay, best way to make children good is to make them happy. But here's another one. My granddaughter was in the village and she said to a friend, she said, "What are you doing?" And the friend said, "I'm making a wish." She said, "Well, sure, you can make a wish. Anyone can make a wish." She said, "But go and make one now." So the kid made a wish, right? Closed his eyes and made a wish. And then my granddaughter said to her, she said, "Okay, you made the wish? Right. Well, now you've got to do the wish. Right? Now you've got to do the wish. It's not going to happen by itself." Think about that. This is from a 7-year-old, right? Think about that. So many people, when it comes to attraction marketing, believe that positive thinking and positive thoughts are all they need to do. Well, nothing can be further from the truth. Positive thoughts will generate positive action, but if you don't take the action, nothing's going to happen, right? So, as she said, it's not going to happen by itself, right? Now, reaching out to prospects. Okay, this can be a challenge for some people. My daughter said something the other day, and she's a Facebook fanatic, right? But this is what she said, and it's talking about being blunt and to the point. Bang. This person reached out a friend, and she said, "I've got enough friends already, but thanks for asking," which is a polite way of saying no, thank you, right? It wasn't even that polite when you think about it. Okay. Now, expanding the vision of possibilities for your client, which I alluded to earlier. Okay, one of the kids in the school said here, "You know what, Uncle Peter," because I'm always Uncle Peter to everyone in the village. "Uncle Peter, I want to be a teacher when I grow up, but my first name isn't Mrs." So they haven't got the vision right. Okay, that's what it's all about. Or another one from my granddaughter, just 2 days ago, thinking about expanding the vision of possibilities, what she should do, etc. She said to me, "Grandpa, I'm not feeling very worky today." Okay? In other words, don't ask me to do anything. If you don't do that, and if you've got a client that you're working with or a customer you're working with that doesn't do anything, then they're never going to expand their opportunities or expand their vision and do anything, all right? Now, finally, some mindset lessons from kids. And this is what I want to read because I want to quote it from somebody. Three things kids teach us as adults. 1, to be happy for no reason whatsoever. Just be happy. 2, to always be busy doing something, right? Busy doing something is better than doing nothing. But of course you should be busy doing something that is productive. But if you're doing something, it's better than nothing, right? In other words, giving up. And finally, to know how to demand with all your might what you want. That's what children are brilliant at. To know how to demand with all their might what they want. Okay? And remember, children will children will learn more from who you are and who you stand for than all the teaching that you give them. Who you are and who you stand for. They watch you. They don't just listen to you. And if what you're saying and what you're doing are not in sync, you've got mixed messages and they'll start to doubt you. And so will your clients and customers, all right? And a famous African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. This is a very important message for you if you're in business too. What I'm alluding to there is you can't do it on your own. You all and we all need help of some sort, all right? Nearly there, hang in there with me. Socrates said this, okay? Now it's going back thousands of years. He said this, "An honest man is always speaking like a child." An honest man is always speaking like a child, okay? So there are my thoughts about running your business like a kid. And I've got a call to action that's very simple, and hang in there, I haven't finished yet. I've got a call to action, it's your next level. If you're interested and you'd like to take yourself and your business to the next level, please message me, ask me about it, your next level, come and join us. And I want to close with this. This is the best business feedback I've ever received, and it came from a young boy in this village. And if you're not sure, I'll just very quickly say in one sentence, my mission is helping to educate the kids in this village, right? I want to go in more detail. But this is the feedback I got, okay? And because I'm Uncle Peter, Lung Peter, to everyone in this village, including the kids. And this little boy said to me last week, Lung Peter, Uncle Peter, when we see you working really hard and you don't have time to play with us, we still smile because we know that tomorrow you'll be able to help us even more because of the work you do and maybe be able to play with us. Think about that. I mean, what absolutely brilliant feedback. Made me cry. It made me cry. So out of the mouths of children are some incredible things. Hi, Penny Kennedy. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I'm just finishing. Out of the mouths of children are some incredible things. And I suggest you listen very carefully for some clues that you can get in terms of how best to run and boost your business. Okay? I hope you found that a bit of fun, but it's also got a serious side to it. Okay? Many blessings from Thailand. Take care. Best wishes. Bye for now.